This take here, you gave me a few abstract ones last week, so you're gonna have to roll with me on this one here and try to gather what I'm trying to say here. Okay. This take has to do with Bradley Beal. He seems like a bit of a forgotten man. Yeah, this guy was averaging 30 points a game, not that long ago. And but he plays for the Wizards, and the Wizards are still sort of treading water. Yeah, are they competitive? Are they not? Who knows? And it's a little bit sad to see as a fan, okay, as a basketball fan, all right, that it feels like to me, Bradley Beal is the next Mitch Richmond. And here's a good one because, we're going back to the classics here, okay, and I don't know how much you know about Mitch Richmond, all right, and how much you saw him play back in the day, yeah, but he was an all-star. He was scoring 25 points a game, and his team won nothing, and he spent the majority of his prime winning nothing. And I think, like I said, as a fan, it feels like a big waste.
I feel like you could have probably threw in a couple of different names
Yeah,
for Brad
put
Beal.
it put it out there. Who else? Who else does he compare to, do you think?
I feel like, look, not as flashy, but you could make a case and say T-Mac, right? Because I'm pretty sure it was Brad Beal a scoring champ
But
or close to a scoring champ,
yeah, I think he won 1 year.
right?
I think. Yep.
So,
Yep. Sure.
yeah, and technically has had more playoff success than that, but otherwise has been on borderline teams that make the playoffs, etc. Paired up with a point guard that was supposed to make them a duo, but one couldn't stay healthy. There's some similarities there. Again, I guess Carmelo as well. I think it wouldn't be far-fetched to say Brad Beal by the end of his career will have 25,000 points
I
based on
think.
his scoring clip.
So. Look, you mentioned T Mac. You mentioned Carmelo. T Mac and Carmelo are household names. Okay. T Mac, even though, and he did take the Magic to the playoffs, okay, and he had some epic games. He's had that memorable 13 points in 33 seconds. That's something that, we're probably never going to see again in our lifetime, at least in a sort of sense, that sort of finish in that sort of sense that occurred in that game. Same with Carmelo. Carmelo is a player that's a household name. I think I picked Mitch Richmond because unless you're a hardcore fan, and I think you know Mitch Richmond, but maybe some people that are watching are going, "Who the hell is Mitch Richmond?" Let's Google Mitch Richmond right now, and you're going to see this guy was a really good player, but no one actually remembers him because he actually did nothing. He didn't win anything during his prime, so he was just a player that was scoring a lot of points and a really good player, but was, like I said, I used that word, a big waste, especially in this prime of his career, and that's what Bradley
Yeah,
Beal
well,
feels
I'm
like.
like even thinking as well, like Chris Mullen and Tim Hardaway when they ran on the Golden State, like none of them really did much more. They all had different levels of success in different fields of things. But, from an NBA standpoint, in terms of playoff success, getting championships, all stars, etc., they all probably plateau around the same. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Bradley Beal does in the next 5 years. But I mean, he is going to need a higher level superstar to pull him out of wherever he's currently sitting.
He needs to go on a run. He needs a team, and it's not just him. Obviously, the players around him, the front office, and the resources around him to win a few playoff series. But no one see. I don't see that happening. Okay, and I guess I'm saying here in 10 years' time, we're gonna go Bradley Beal, who, you know,
Well, he made a
and
lot of money.
he made a
He
lot
made
of
a lot
money.
of money.
Yeah, and I guess this is the part I said at the start. I'm saying this from a fan's perspective because look, I don't want to bag Bradley Beal. I don't know the dude at all. Maybe he loves the Washington area. He's probably set down roots there. He's been there over 10 years now. All right, and so on and so forth. He's obviously a valuable member of the community and a great player and teammate, no doubt. Okay, but the point here is from a basketball perspective. All right, we're not going to remember him, and that feels a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, or even a consideration for the top 100. That when in 25 years when that list is done, it won't be him. We'll still probably be figuring out should Dwight have made the list if he does or doesn't make the list based on what happens.